Welcome back, Officers of Republic's your Coruscant Roll Police Chief APGAINS. I got a lot of a very weirdly specific viewer question that I thought I'd address today really fast for you guys to kind of settle something once and for all, hopefully, in most people's minds. For some context, everyone understands the concept of the whale pack. $12.99, you get 5 to 330 shards, but 99% of the time you get 7. Occasionally you get 5. Once or twice you'll get 12, and then Arnold, who's whaled on every single character, got 1 330 in the last 2 years, and I think 2 within the last 4, right? So realistically, the conversion for a new character is 1,300 crystals for 7 shards, with just enough gambling to get you to spend way more money than you need to, right? So that's the baseline. Now, something that happened recently is this pack, which is like a 1 week only thing that just dropped, and everyone's like in love with this apparently, because this guarantees you 5 shards, which is 2 less than what you would normally get, but it also gives you a second pull, which gives you one of the 4 characters. I don't know if it can be the same or if they're always different. I don't know how that works. With a 15% chance to get another 5, so instead of 7 you get 10, which is, you know, if you're going to whale, theoretically a better pack, except for, you know, you can't pick what you want. So, like, if I were to pop this pack right now, I'd probably get Hondo, which I have at Relic 5, and BT1, which I have at Relic 5. So, to start off, theoretically, if you know, spend $300 to $400 per character, you know, that's $3, $6, $9, $1,200 right there. You know, this is a better place to start off if you're going to whale on gamble packs that we'll talk about in just a second. And then there's a 7% chance to get 10, 2% to get 15, and 1% chance to get 20. So you're always going to get more randomly than you would for just a straight up whale pack. 1 second, work is emailing me. Which is nice, except for the fact that this came out when these characters are already in shipments, which is, if you guys don't know, half, if not more than half, as cheap, right? So let's do some quick math real quick, because I actually have no idea what the actual numbers are. So let's pull up my calculator real quick, and we're going to say 1,300 crystals gets you 7, right? 50 divided by 7 is 7.14 times 1,300. That's for the same value of these 50 crystals, which you can buy straight up, guaranteed for 4,000. You would have to spend 9,286 crystals. Now, some, and by some I mean gambling addicts and capital games, would argue that the upside of these gamble packs is that you could pull a 50 or an 80 or a 230 or a 330. Just from personal experience, that doesn't happen very much. I have friends who are actual gambling addicts, and I hear all the time that, you know, working a job that pays you a certain amount of money is safer, but why would you do that when you could go to Vegas or go to wherever your local casino, or go online to the online poker tables and make thousands of dollars a day, right? Why would you ever settle for something where you know the outcome and forego the opportunity to gamble and, you know, retire today, right? Why would you waste your crystals when you can pull 1,300 crystal pack, get a 330, you got the character, boom, shamalama ding dong, you're all set to go. Now, at the end of the day, this all comes down to how risk averse are you? Are you 0 risk averse and you love to gamble? That's the wrong pack. And you just know that if you spend $300, you're fine, and maybe if it's less, you're extra happy, but you know it can't be more than $350, $400, cool. Do it. If you know you're going to spend the full $1,200 to $1,500 to get every single one of the characters up to 7 stars right now for Afra, you can't see Saros because my face is in the way. Staros, not Saros, sorry. Then this is a great place to start. And all those people who are asking if that's something that they should do, if you fall into that category of either you have so much money that $1,200 to $1,500 means nothing, or you're not risk averse at all and you just love to gamble, go for it. If you're more like APGAINS, and I'm not saying that you should be, because I am quite literally the worst representation of how you should live your life. I might be the single worst human being in the entire world. But one characteristic is I'm very risk averse. I don't like to gamble. I don't like to take chances where I could lose something of value. Now, that's not to say that I haven't played poker, right? Like if the guys come home from work, they work abroad or, from college or whatever, and they're in town and we do a $20 buy-in poker game, cool. I know I'm going to lose $20. If the one time we've played that I won a couple $100 and I was super happy and I used that money to buy them all, fucking Taco Bell, cool. But as far as Galaxy of Heroes is concerned, very risk averse. I know that I'm getting a 50% discount when I buy straight up from shipments. I know that even if I had these characters day one, I wouldn't have the cash or the resources to relic them anyway to have that first day advantage like the whales. Wait, please, I beg you. There's a lot of things in life where I would say it's important to know what it is that APGAINS does so that you can do the exact opposite, right? Like how I conduct my interpersonal relationships. I'm an asshole. I'm unloved by most of society. Maybe understand that aspect of me so that you can do the opposite. It's like, it's like reading about the 20th century. Like, is it important to understand how Hitler and Stalin rose to power? Yes. You should probably use that information to prevent the next Hitler and Stalin. Now, of course, there'll be some people who will use that information to become the next one. But what I'm saying here is in most aspects of life, don't listen to anything that I have to tell you. But when it comes to Galaxy of Heroes and a couple other things, maybe it's worth putting some consideration into what I have to say. Now, for me, this looks like a 50% discount, and I'm actually going to rip this right now because I am farming these characters anyway. I'm trying to get Afra. Afra looks lit. I have the world's best BT1. My Hondo is somewhere, and my trip is going to be relics once I can get him to 7 stars. Same with Sana Staros. I'll rip some gear on her, and it'll be shabalaba ding dong. It'll be awesome, and I'll be able to get Dr. Afra. So, in conclusion, to all the people who were messaging me late last night, should you do this pack? I gave you the whys and the whys nots. So make that judgment for yourself. For the people who are not risk averse, go gamble. For the people who are risk averse, stick to shipments. You're going to get a much better deal. You're not going to have the upside, but you're going to have literally no downside because it's a guarantee, right? And that's kind of what I support in this game. If you're going to spend real hard-earned cash on something in the in-game store, please know exactly what you're going to spend. This, not a huge fan. Something like this, where I can see literally what I'm going to get. I know for $40 I can get 60 Sana Staros. That's going to fuck me up. Sana Staros shards plus useless gear that I don't even know why this is here. Maybe to fluff people who don't know what this means. This, accepted. Gambling, not so much. All right. Let's see you later. Subscribe to boost my ego. Bye-bye.